We're going to talk the psychology of this. Fireworks, zebras, fire breathers and a DJ. We're not describing a music festival, no. Instead, an 11-year-old's birthday party rumoured to have cost tens of thousands of dollars.
So the lucky girl here is the daughter of PR queen Roxy Jacenko, who joins us this morning. Hella, I tell you what, you know what I love about you? You never do things in halves, do
Quietly.
you?
Yeah, I'm definitely not low-key.
Tell us about the party and tell us about your daughter's involvement in organising it.
Look, you know what? She actually didn't have a whole amount to do with it. I did most of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess what people don't realise is it was a celebration of not only her 11th birthday, but her business. She's got a toy business, which we started in COVID, her idea. I remember at the time my mum was like, no, you're far too late to jump on the sensory toy wagon. I'm like, no, 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 she thinks it's a thing. So we did it. Anyway, it went gangbusters and it's become a fully fledged online business.
What is it?
So remember, like a year ago, all the kids were playing with those poppet things. So they're like silicone toys, which were originally designed for children with ADD and autism. And all the kids in the playground were playing with them, which was quite nice because it became a toy that all kids, it was inclusive. So we started selling them, her idea, and one thing led to another, and now it's a fully fledged toy business. So it was a celebration. I guess, yes, it's very extravagant. No, I'm not low-key.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was a celebration because A, she's done so well, it was her idea, and then B, Mum wanted to go to a nightclub, and nightclubs don't exist anymore.
So there you go, and it all came together. So what has the response been, right? Because I think people saw that it was, you know, you'd spent $40,000 on this party, and then some go, well, you know, whatever, but others, I'm sure, upset by it.
Oh, I'm used to that. You know, I've lived a life since I was 24, as you know, where I started my business and everyone was like, oh, my parents must be drug dealers. That's the only way she could have done it. You know, everyone's going to have an opinion. The reality is, for me, I guess, we're here for a short time and I want to make sure that my children have the best opportunities they can, and if we can afford to do it, whilst at the same time being charitable. I mean, we do so much for the Children's Hospital and so on. I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's not for everyone, but I don't worry about the noise. You know, I think I had cancer. We've lived a life that's been under scrutiny a lot, so I want to make the most of my life because you don't know what happens tomorrow.
I saw this story yesterday. I just thought, I would just like to have been invited.
That's what my friends were like. One of my friends said, why didn't I get an invite? I was like, well, I wanted the Tommy's margaritas to myself.
Yeah, the Tommy, Haggard the Tommy's margarita. Anyway, it has caused a bit of a stir out there. Here's some of the reactions. Susie says, it looks like everyone had a great time. Birthday girl was happy. Party was a success. Beverly says, it's a bit over the top for an 11-year-old, but it's her money. She can do what she likes with it. And Kelly says, if she can afford it, great, and I imagine the cost supporting small businesses, so I don't see any harm. And Jess says, quite simply, ridiculous. So there's both sides of the spectrum there, and that's the most common thing for people to say is, oh, well, why wouldn't you do something for charity? How is this 11-year-old ever going to get, you know, draw a bead on reality?
And you're not wrong, but I think one of the most important things that I don't like to, you know, scream from the rooftops is what we do for charity. I think that's something that you can do quietly and on your own, and Pixie has done that. She goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital, into Ronald McDonald House. She donated so many toys for all the kids there, and we continue to do that. And I think the most important thing for me is to make sure, yes, she knows that that is not the norm, but she also knows that for every supply that was there, they paid. You know, they were paid. You know, it wasn't just a free-for-all because we said, oh, well, Instagram. We supported small business, number one, and number two, it was a PR activity. You know, I'm sitting here for that exact reason. And our clicks to the website, pixiespix.com.au, like a true PR queen, went through the roof yesterday. So it's a double-edged sword. And, you know, for all of those who say, oh, you don't do for charity, just because you don't scream about it, that's quite, you know, it's quite the opposite to that.
Has there been then any blowback for Pixie in this regard? Like you say, you kind of expect some people to say it's over the top. Has she copped any of that, and how is she with it?
Yeah, no, she hasn't. You know, her friends were leaving, like, do we have to leave now? I'm like, it's 3 hours, that's enough. No, they all really enjoyed it. I think she's also learnt, you've got to remember, since she was 3 years old, she was sort of thrown into that limelight of sitting in a cafe, and there were cameras. As you remember, when we did 60 Minutes, there were cameras on the cafe window while she was having a toast and an orange juice. So she's lived it, she's experienced things that people of the age of 11 don't ever experience. So I guess she turns a blind eye.
You know, it's a hard thing, though. I mean, do you want that kind of scrutiny for her as she gets older?
I think you have to learn from a young age to have a thick skin. Whether you're thrown into that spotlight or not, kids can be cruel. I mean, I know I wasn't thrown into the spotlight. When I was young, I was cross-eyed. You have no idea how mean kids were. I used to walk down to the swimming pool with my glasses on because it made my eyes straight. And heaven forbid I'd have to take them off and put my goggles on. It was like some sort of origami to do it. So kids are mean no matter what. You know, there's bullying, there's all of that. I think for me, I want to teach you to have a thick skin and live every moment of life to the max.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you do next year.
Well,
and we expect an
11 years' time. 11 years' time.
Ali's got a 40th coming up. Can you plan it?
I can coordinate.
I do have a 40th
Yeah.
coming up, sure.
Looking forward to
Well,
that.
it's downhill from there, isn't it, Karl?
I don't know.
Oh, it is.
I don't. Is it? I don't know.
I can't even fit my clothes. I said, do you want to take your jacket off? I'm like, no, I've got my button undone.
Yeah, but you can't just let it go. You can't let it go. I'm loving life. Good on you. Nice to see you, Roxy.
Hey, how about this? Because I want to end on this one. An 11-year-old's birthday party, DJ, a custom pizza bar, a 360-degree photo booth. It came at a cost of $40,000 and it was thrown by Sydney publicist Roxy Jacenko for her daughter Pixie. Jackie, I mean, I imagine that's what your 11th birthday party was like, right?
Yeah. I think for the 11th birthday party with my children that went to McDonald's, you know, $150 a classroom went. You didn't have to cook anything. The cleaning up was done for you. I thought that was the most easy economic way of doing a birthday party back then. But honestly, I think she would have got more heartfelt applause if she'd have donated $40,000 to a charity rather than spending it on herself. So, you know, I think to make kids grateful, they've got to go out there and they've got to learn the value of money. And $40,000 on an 11-year-old's birthday, I think is just absolutely overkill. But if you want to bring your kids up like that, be my guest. Good luck when they're adults.
Chris?
It's not a great gesture for world poverty. That's the first thing I'd say. And the second thing is, I can only pray that these kids are not spoilt and are not entitled for the rest of their living lives. Like, how do you do that? How do you bring kids up in that fashion and expect that not to happen?
I don't know. I look at it and just realise I've been a bad parent and I should maybe throw some sort of party now.
I know. I'll have a $40,000 bash for my 60th. That'd be great. Excellent.
I think Chris and I were just saying our weddings didn't cost that. Nice to see you both this morning. Thanks, guys.
Well, speaking of is this even our business, because I'm torn on this one. This is the party of an 11-year-old was given the most epic bash of the decade. I mean, it's pretty great. Sydney publicist Roxy Jacenko went all out for her daughter Pixie. She spent allegedly 40 grand on a DJ, a custom pizza bar, one of those 360 photo booths you see at the Logies. Jamila, once again, I know that Roxy's done this. I think she would maybe even admit, like, hey, it's good publicity for Pixie's brand, but if this is a kid's birthday party, I don't care.
Yeah, same. Look, I sort of see this more as a brand campaign, a marketing campaign than a kid's birthday. But at the same time, when I turned 11, I mean, we went bowling and I think I got overalls and I thought I was rad. And if I thought I was able to put my birthday party on social media and everyone would have been impressed, then I would have done it.
Exactly.
So good on her. Looks like a good time.
You went bowling.
Lawrence, it's like a weird discussion to have because, like, what are we mad about that some people are richer than us?
Yeah, that's
I don't
right.
really know
I
what
guess
to
if you've
say.
got the cash, you can splash it.
Yeah.
We had a pool party for, I think, my daughter's 6th birthday, and we had a smoke machine, and the kids were sitting in front of the smoke machine, inhaling the smoke machine. I was like, it looks pretty harmless, and then just dancing like crazy. So when I took the smoke machine back to the guy, I said, what's in the smoke? He goes, it's sugar syrup.
Oh, that is so
And
funny.
so they were just
knew that?
mainlining sugar syrup.
Vaping the smoke machine.
funny.
So, yeah,
And so
I
this-
am no one to judge. I had 6-year-olds vaping a smoke machine.
Any parents who are friends with Lawrence's kids now know not to send them
They
over
were
to his
going
house.
off.
He's going to teach them how to swear and
I
vape.
mean, I think Lawrence is a lesson for all of us, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, I'm the
Jamila?
cautionary tale here, OK?
We don't want to throw those parties, Jamila. That's not the parties we want to throw for our kids, right?
Look, it sounds like Lawrence's kids are having a great time as well.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked that all these parties are happening and I'm not invited.
I think I saw the smoke machine in the background of the Finnish PM's party too, actually.
Everyone
Don't
who's
get her
ever
in any
been
more
near a
trouble.
smoke machine will go, oh, right.
It's
Makes
sugar?
sense.
Yeah,
it actually
so please
tastes
take
sweet,
care.
doesn't it?
Yes,
like when you think
yeah.
of it, you can. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Good to see you
Thank
both.
you,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
G'day, it's Ali.
And Karl.
Thanks for watching the Today YouTube channel.
Subscribe now for brand new videos every day and exclusive bonus clips.
Ali, say please.
Please? Why?
Please. I don't know.